Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the live. I see we haven't had anyone yet on the live, but we're gonna go. Tonight, I have a pleasure of having an ultra runner, an inspiration. He trailblazes all the hills and the roads and even the social media. He's a fun person to follow on and very inspiring. So please welcome Sipho Marima. He is a
Thank you.
three-time runner, a 3 times Comrades Marathon silver medalist. He is an inspiring coach, a dedicated content creator, and even an author. He is truly a man of many strides. Welcome, Sipho. How are you doing this evening?
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm doing great. Okay. I'm a bit exhausted. I had a race yesterday, and then I had some high rocks training and photo shoot today. But nonetheless, can't complain. I'm okay. How are you?
I am okay. I'm just tired of season esiguyo. But
Is
I
it?
know it's here to make us strong. So we
Yeah,
can't
it
really
will
jump on
pass.
my season, but I am so tired.
It will
So
pass.
Uti, eh?
I'm saying
Sorry,
it will pass.
it will pass. Ne? We need patience.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yes. So Uti namhlanje izolo gym and then you did training high rocks today. So are you taking up high rocks as well, like full on? Have you done it before?
I've never done it before. Next weekend, on Saturday, I'm going to Cape Town to do my first one. I signed up in April, but I couldn't do it because I was very close to Paris Marathon.
Okay.
And I did a good time at the Paris Marathon. But next weekend, I'm gonna do my first one.
Nice, nice. Why did you think of it? Because it's like indoors, it's completely different from the road running. Oh, it's we are explorer. Is it something someone
So
said?
my goal for the second half of the year is to do things just for experience. I don't have
Okay,
I don't have a race that I'm chasing any target. So each and
okay.
every race that I'm gonna do for the second half of the year is just chasing experience. So high rocks, daily dozen, it's things that most people wouldn't consider something that a runner like myself would do. So I just thought, you know what, let me try these things. There's no fault in trying new things at times.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's yes. Who is Sipho when he's not chasing kilometers or coaching runners?
Today we were running and shooting some high rocks content, and someone asked me, what do you do on your spare time? And I said, I run on my spare time.
Run.
Uh, yeah, that's my spare time because I don't run for a living.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
I run
yes.
on my spare time, but I think I'm a father. Before anything else, I'm a dad to two
Mhm.
beautiful girls. I am a runner. I'm a content writer. I am I work in the gym. I've worked in the gym for the past 12 years. I've worked for different companies in the gym industry. Yeah, I think I'm an author. I published a book, writing my second one. Hopefully, I'll finish it in time because it's been busy.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think still finding out really what I am, like what I really am. Like there's so many things I'm doing, so I'm still really finding out and trying to figure out where exactly do I fit in. But yeah, that's just me. A simple guy who just loves running and sharing his running journey.
Yes, that's beautiful, man. So, what's your earliest memory of running? Was it school sports day or something else that
I
led
actually
you
never
to
ran.
running?
I actually never ran when I was young. I played soccer. So I played soccer all my
Oh,
life until I went to varsity, played soccer in varsity. I had a knee operation when I was 21. And then I was out of
really?
sports up until I was 27. I was introduced back to running when I was 27. So yeah, and I actually did not like running when I was young. Yeah, I was just like, where are we running to? What are we chasing? And yeah, funny enough, and here I am now.
How did it start though? Uh,
I was challenged to run a 21-kilometer race, and that's how it
yeah,
started. It was
that's
just It was just a challenge to run 21 kilometers, and I was like, let me take up this challenge. And I went to do 21-kilometer race, and then that was the beginning of my running journey.
Yeah, and look at you today. Nah.
Yeah, and I actually thought I was just gonna do that challenge only, that 21-kilometer race, and then I'll be done with it. But after that, I said, this thing was nice. There's so many people there. It was vibey. Let me sign up for another one, and another one, and another one, until I signed up for Comrades.
So after that first, do you still remember how long it took you? How did you feel
Two
after
hours,
that?
2 hours 45 minutes was my first marathon, my first half marathon.
Wow.
2 hours 45 minutes, and I think from 13 kilometers I was feeling pain. I was cramping. Yeah, it was a mess, but it's still one of the races that I remember perfectly. I always say to people, your first, whether it's your first Comrades or your first marathon, will always be your most memorable one. So
Yeah.
take it in and enjoy it. I still remember. There's so many half marathons that I've forgotten in my life, but I can't forget that one. I still remember that one perfectly.
Did you train for it? Did you?
Nothing. I think I did
You
three.
just took
I
up
think
the
I did three
challenge and
runs.
went.
I think I did 3 runs, 6-kilometer runs. That same week after signing up, I ran 3 times, and then that was it.
Sure. Then, do you still remember the struggles that you went through, or whatever hardship during that 21? With this, I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna improve on this. This was a total fail, or whatever. Especially from food to how you hydrated during the workout or during the week. But
I didn't know anything about those things. I didn't know anything about hydration, food, supplements. I promise you, I just went there and I don't even think I ate anything before or during. I just I just went there, I ran, I got cramps, I got tired, I walked. It was just I just didn't know
yeah,
anything. And for that entire year in 2017, I just didn't know anything. I was just running until I found an interest in Comrades, and that's when I started asking out. What do
okay.
you eat? What do you eat? What's then I got introduced to different things. But that year, 2017, I didn't worry about any supplement, any recovery. It was just wake up, assam. That's it.
Okay, and the shoes,
Not,
running gear, all of
not
that. Oh my,
I was
oh,
just I was just buying whatever I could afford. Whatever, if I feel like I can afford that and I like it, I buy it. I didn't know the benefits of anything.
that's interesting. Okay. And then did you join a club? Did you, or you were just running with a group of people that you know by a Gijima? How
I
did it
joined
transpire until it became like your official year or races of that particular year?
I joined Run Zone in 2018.
Mhm.
So I ran with Run Zone from 2018 up until 2021. I was a member of Run Zone Athletics Club. So on weekends I would go there, run there. During the week I'd run alone because of work. But yeah, that was the routine then. And then 2022, I joined Ikali to Athletics Club, and then I joined Skinny Gang coaching. I started having people to train with from Skinny Gang. But in the beginning, it was just more of finding my way, and weekends I was with Run Zone.
Okay. Uh, So what was going through? So now I did segments on our questionnaire. Now I'm on the ultra mindset. What was going on through your mind at the 70-kilometer mark of your first ultra marathon or 100? Have you done 100 kilometers? Ne?
I've, I've done
100
100.
miles,
I've done 100
not
kilometers.
kilometers. Yes,
Yeah,
kilometers. My bad.
my first ultra was Comrades. It was 2019, and I did
Mm-hmm.
11 hours 15 minutes. And I think that Comrades was, I still say, still my best Comrades because I had no expectations. I had no target. I just wanted to go out there, enjoy myself, and finish that thing that was seen as impossible in certain people's eyes. Most people are like, yeah, Comrades, you haven't trained enough and all that. And I was like, let me just go experience this thing. I remember that day perfectly well. I was just out there having a good time. Like, I really had fun on my first Comrades. And I think when I got to 70-kilometer mark, the first thing I thought was, I've never been at this point. I've never run 70 kilometers. I'm at 70 now, and I still have 20 to go. This is exciting. It's painful, but it's exciting. I think I've always been an adrenaline junkie since a young age. So that was my first ultra. And then, yeah, but I've done 100 kilometers on the mountains. So yeah, it's different. Road and trail is different.
So you like them both equally, or which one you would just say, I'll never leave this alone, ever, ever, ever?
Most people ask me which one do I prefer the most between road and trail, and I never have the answer because they're different. To me, they serve me differently. On the trail, you run by yourself and you spend time with yourself. You get to think, you get to ask yourself questions, you get to come up with solutions if there's solutions. You get over things that don't have solutions.
Yeah.
On the road, there's a lot of hype and a lot of energy. There's a lot of inspiration, and road is faster. It's more around targets. Trail is more around completion. So they're different. So I think it depends on how I feel. If I feel like I need to connect with myself, I go to the mountains. If I feel like I need to challenge myself and better myself, I go to the road. So they're different, and I can never choose one.
Okay. Okay. So how do you train your mind as much as you train your legs?
I'm a big fan of David Goggins. Uh,
Mm.
Big fan of Usain Bolt. A big fan of Eliud Kipchoge.
Yes.
A big fan of Sylvester Stallone. Uh,
Mhm.
those people, they are firm believers of the mind should not control you. You should control your mind. If you look at the video from my run yesterday, from 40 kilometers, I was tired. I was done. And there was a point where my mind was like, "Ah, maybe we should just DNF. I mean, we did Comrades. We have nothing to prove." And I was like, no, when we start something, we finish it. So I think it comes through practice. There's certain things that I do that I personally think they work for me in terms of training my mind. Like, I'll do long runs by myself in a 5 kilometer loop, like a 40-kilometer long run on a 5 kilometer loop.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of mental strength because you're running on the same place so many times alone. I will do, um, I will run for long or do easy Monday runs without headphones, just be in my thoughts. So
Mhm.
yeah, but it takes practice. It takes practice to be able to talk back to your mind and say, no, we're not giving up. This is painful, it's hard, but we're still gonna go on. It takes a lot of practice, and I think practice, the mind training practice happens. The training, it happens during a race. You know.
That's, yeah. If you count people that I also look up to or try and remind myself of the codes, and I'm a video clips that they share on social media, especially David Goggins. As a
Mm.
book, do you want to be that average person?
Yeah, no, David
And
Goggins
humble
is one of
pusher.
my favorite. He's one of my favorite human beings in the world. He's a firm believer of, it's just get it done. Like,
Yes,
it's
whether you
hard.
like it or not.
Like, everybody, if you're running a marathon and you are in pain, no one cares. Everybody's in pain. Don't feel pity for
Yeah.
yourself. Stop feeling pity for yourself. Just keep on
Yeah.
going. So I'm a big fan of David Goggins and his work.
Uh, um, 3 times silver at Comrades. What does that mean to you personally?
I think the silver thing, my
Uh-huh.
first silver was my first, before I had a silver medal combat, I used to be like, oh, I just want to be a silver medalist. I'll be so happy. And then I got a silver, I was like, oh, okay, I got
Now
it.
you
So
want more.
yeah, okay, let me get another one and another one. But for me,
Mm.
it's just a sign of consistency, you know, being able to perform at that level consistently year in and year out. For me, it's when you apply that into your life every day, it helps you stay disciplined, stay consistent, stay dedicated. It does not have any, I don't think it's something that you, I don't know which word to use, for lack of a better word, need to brag about. I think it's something you can be proud of because it's a great achievement. But overall, anyone who runs the Comrades Marathon and completes it, even those who don't complete it in time, just being able to train for that race and lineup, it's such a huge achievement. The silver medals and all the medals, they're just the cherry on top, you know. I celebrate them because as a kid, I struggled celebrating wins. So as I grew up, I promised myself that I'll start celebrating things, no matter how big and no matter how small. I don't think it has any special meaning to have silvers. I feel like completing the ultra itself has more meaning than the type of medal you have.
Yes, yes, especially for mind, because I've had a lot of completers say that it's 20% the running and 80% in the mind, how you
It's
push
it's
yourself.
it's, if you ask me, my opinion is 90% in the mind. Like
90, even more.
you are in your thoughts from the get-go up until the finish. Whatever you are in your thoughts. Like it's just the entire 90 kilometers, you are in your thoughts.
Yeah, it's up to you how you control that mind.
How you control that, you know? And you have to control it because if you don't, it's easy to get 70 kilometers and say, I've tried. I'm done with this, I've tried,
Set
you
it
know?
up.
Yeah.
Lapo, you
So
only have 20 more to go.
20 more. And 20 more is 20 kilometers sounds like it's less, but 20 kilometers after running 70. I mean,
It's
yesterday it took me 1 hour, 20 minutes. 1 hour, 10 minutes to run a 10K. Yesterday. My
yeah.
best 10K is 36 minutes.
Can you imagine?
You can imagine how much pain I was in yesterday.
Yeah. So the pain, is it your whole body, your legs,
It's
or the izinyawo, or you?
unexplainable. You just have this feeling of not being able to move, unable to can,
Yeah,
in the modern day lingo. You're just unable to move at a certain pace that you are used to moving at. You know,
and things are just not moving.
your hamstrings are locked, your calves are locked, your quads are locked. You're just like I can't move the way I'm used to moving. You know. And there's that pain, and then there's an injury pain. I always say to people, be able to differentiate the two. If it's an injury pain, I get it. You know, you stop, you take care of your body first. But if it's that pain where you say, I can't, I'm just tired, you need to learn to, and it's not the easiest thing. I mean, yesterday I had to go through it for 13 kilometers. But you need to learn to find ways to distract yourself and keep going, you know?
Yes, yes. And then any funny or humbling comrades moments that you can share with us?
Funny, humbling. Oh, in 2022, I attempted my first silver medal. I got to 60 kilometers. I couldn't. I realized that I've missed the target. I'm tired. There's no way the target is gonna come in. I met Umam Brenda from Oditi Athletics Club. She's part of the Comrades Escort team now. I saw her at 60 kilometers, and immediately when I saw her, I cried. I burst into tears, and I said to her, "I want to DNF." She gave me a gel, and she said, "We didn't drive all this way for you to just finish DNF. Here's a gel. Take a gel and keep on going." It was crazy. It was like I'm crying. I'm saying I'm tired. You give me a gel and tell me to keep going. It's one of my funniest moments when it comes to comrades. 2022, I saw flames. I saw flames.
So you did push, and then you.
I did 8:25. My target was 7:25, and I did 8:25.
Yeah, that's still like 8. That's still like top notch. No
Yeah,
matter.
I
But
wanted. I
for
wanted.
you, it was a different goal. Yes.
Yeah, I wanted silver that year. Didn't get it. Went back to train. I think I trained 3 times harder, and it's just been silver ever since then.
Nice, nice. Okay, so now off the track, you published a book during lockdown. How did that come about?
Yeah, look, during we went into lockdown. I was working at a gym, And then at that time, gyms closed down, so I decided let me train and improve my 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer, 21 kilometer, and marathon time. I've always been a person who starts things and not finish them. So I said, for once, let me start something and finish it. And to hold myself accountable, I'm gonna journal it down. So I started writing out my training programs, what I'm doing to improve my 5 kilometer time up until 42. And that journal just became a beautiful read. It became a beautiful read that, I just said, okay, let's take it out there. Uh, I put up questions on social media. I said, guys, I'm writing a book about how stepping into lockdown sort of unlocked my potential as a runner. And most people like, dog, write it. We want to read it. And that's how it came about.
Nice, nice. And then is it still available?
It
I
is. It
think
is.
how
I've ordered,
do
a lot of people are waiting for copies. I've ordered copies. I should get copies on the Tuesday after High Rocks. I should get copies and then I'll
and
send
then
you.
please do share because
I
and I think you missed that question. But I was looking, Guti, where can I find them? Is it
will
directly to you or at the show? So,
So I did self-publish.
mhm.
Uh, I think we've sold about 2,020 something copies now. Um, so yeah, I'll get more copies. I'll get more copies on Tuesday after Harrods, and then I'll definitely send you one.
Thank you. And then, yeah, we wish you all the best. Even on the second one, we might delay
No,
it.
definitely. No,
And
definitely. All
there's
right.
many of us. I think there is a pattern. You could see many of runners, even social runners. We do collect, buy books, the actual physical copy. So
Nah,
please, yeah,
no, no,
Mm,
I'll do that. I'll definitely do that.
yeah, yes. So how do you balance your life, your career, content creation, and then your 4 a.m. runs
I
and
think,
family, like the whole shebang?
I think it's I don't think no one has a formula. I think you try find what works for you. Um, with me, I always try to, like today is Sunday. I always try to plan my Monday. What am I doing between this time and this time? What am I doing between this time and this time? But sometimes those things get disturbed because you get, those unforeseen situations that just come up.
Yes.
But yeah, there's days where I decide, you know what, today I'm spending time with my kids. Put the phone away, spend time with the kids. There's days I'm just like, okay, today I need to focus on creating content, spend the whole day creating different content for different brands. Today I need to write, sit down and write a bit. And I'll be like, today I need to work,
Okay.
and so yeah, I try to sort of have a day where I prioritize certain things. Even social media, I'll be like, today I want to focus on TikTok and Twitter. Tomorrow I'm gonna focus on Instagram and Facebook. Just so that when I give attention, I give quality attention. You know.
Okay.
But I think that's how I found my balance. I try to have days where I dedicate something to that day or on that day. So today I'm gonna focus on this.
Okay. And then on the coaching corner, what kind of a runner do you love coaching the most?
Ooh, that question is tricky. It's tricky. Firstly, I think I like. Uh,
Say it as it
at
is.
the moment, I'm enjoying. At the moment, I'm enjoying my beginner runners. I'm enjoying my
Okay.
beginner runners at the moment. I think
Why, if I may ask, why is
I've got
it?
about 70 to 80 beginner runners that I'm coaching. I enjoy them. Maybe because they're my first group that I've coached. I've never
Okay.
really coached competing athletes
Mm-hmm.
and seasoned runners. So maybe in the future I'll even coach seasoned runners and competing athletes. But for now, I've been focusing on beginner runners. And my reason for focusing on beginner runners is because I've noticed that there's a lot of people that want to enjoy this sport, but they don't know where to start. So I thought, let me open up the platform for that.
That's great, man. And I even see on your social media videos where now you push the fun element in it. You make us feel guilty without being serious on it. Usibuza sigijimile yini, and then you give us that look.
Yeah, I think one thing about running needs consistency. And as people, we are not the same. Some people are able to be consistent on their own. Some people need a little bit of a push. Some people need a little bit of guilt. Some people need an accountability partner, So it works for some people. Some people tell me that as soon as you post a video, I go running, So it works for some people, So, but it was just generally me just being an advocate for running is healthy. Running is good for the mindset. Go out there and have a run, and trust me, you feel better after a run.
So, what's one thing runners over 30 should stop doing immediately?
Runners over 30 should stop doing. Huh. I don't know. Let me think of myself. I'm over 30. What do I need to stop doing?
But maybe it may not apply to you because you are already seasoned. But
are we talking about new runners?
Yes, let me just say yes.
I think trying to get a PB. I think trying to get a PB at every race. Stop trying to get a PB at every race. It's gonna drain you.
I'm guilty of that. Even on training days, you try to be faster than the previous day.
Stop trying to get a PB at every race. A PB, it's a great feeling, but running is bigger than the PB. And if you chase the PB at every race, it's gonna break you. You're gonna get an injury. You're gonna hurt yourself. You want to enjoy the sport, so stop trying to get PB at every race.
Is there a way to say or adjust your mind to say, now, let me just try a PB today or whatever? When is the right time to even think about those things?
I think for me, it's after you've jumped into a 14-week program, you've done the entire program, and you've set a race. Like now, there's people who are going to Sanlam, and they're starting to train now. Those ones, if you're going for a PB there, okay, cool. Then second thing is focus on that training only. If you're going to Sanlam and you're training, you're on a 14-week program, in between that program, don't go race something else.
Yeah.
Now you're disturbing the progress of that training program.
That also includes how you eat. Do you focus a lot on how you eat as well? And for your runners?
I'm not very big on the food part. I mean, closer to race, I eat right, proper carbs.
Yes.
Less coffee, less sugar stuff. Closer to race day, I do. But during the training period, I'm not fussy about it. I'll have my coffee, I'll have my pap. I will have my beer here and there after a long run. I'm not very fussy, but I'm disciplined enough to know the right time to stop eating certain things and stop drinking certain things. Because at the end of the day, we need to live, we need to live. We're human beings. You have that one meal that you love that is considered unhealthy. You have that, I can't have, like, I love amakunya with acha. I love that. But I can't have that the day before the race. The day before the race, I have to eat clean. The week or the 2 weeks before the race, I must start eating clean because I'm about to go race.
So
but if I'm on off season, there's nothing wrong with me getting myself something nice because I train.
Okay. And then I was about to ask, do you have runners that start running because of weight loss goals? But I also love running. And then do you guide them in terms of how they should eat, or you push more on the physical side?
I do. I've had so many runners that joined the Big 5 training program because they want to lose weight, and I told them that we are not going to focus on losing weight. We're going to focus on the running.
Oh, and it works, ne?
It works. It works. You can't get on the scale every day. It's going to frustrate you. Leave the scale and just run. And trust me, you'll see the difference. Just leave the scale and go run. If the program says today you're doing 2 minutes walk, 1 minute run, 2 minutes walk, 1 minute run, 5 times. Just go do that. Then come back and go on with your life. Eat right, go on, leave the scale. Don't focus on the weight loss. Focus on the running journey.
And trust the process.
Absolutely. You have to. You have to. It's a long process. You have to trust it.
What's your favorite running shoes and why?
I don't have a favorite running shoe. Honestly, I don't. There's different shoes that I prefer for different. There's different shoes that I prefer for different sessions. Remember, there's easy runs, there's speed session, there's tempo run, there's long run, there's easy trail run, there's fast trail run. There's like different types of runs. There's high rocks, which includes running. So I don't have a favorite type of shoe. I do have preferences in terms of what shoe I want to use for what session.
Okay, so you have many shoes.
I don't have many shoes, but I do have shoes for sessions.
Okay, and then what's in your breakfast on your typical race day, Nje?
Race day breakfast is always banana bread.
Always.
That is standard. I have banana and bread. If I'm at home and I come back from a session, I'll have muesli and yogurt. I will have oats. I'll have flapjacks. I love flapjacks with honey and strawberry. Love them. I will have an omelette with toasted bread. I will have soft porridge. I love soft porridge with butter. So yeah, no, those are my stuff. But before I run, it's banana and bread. That's it.
And then do you take any supplements, both protein, creatine?
I do. I take protein recovery after sessions. Before runs, I take rehydrate, and I have slow megs here and there. But I don't take a lot of supplements during training. I take supplements during the race, a lot.
Oh, on race days.
Yeah.
Okay, and on the trail talk now, do you prefer the long winding trails or the pounding tar of a city run?
I think it depends on what I feel like. There's times where I prefer long run on the trails, where I'm gonna spend a lot of time on the mountains. There's times I prefer a quick in and out. So it depends. Last day I did 100 on the mountains, and at that time I felt like I needed to spend time with myself. I felt like I spent time with everyone around me, friends, family, my kids, but I didn't really have time to spend with myself. So I said, let me go around the mountains for 100 kilometers and just spend time with myself. There's times where I want to just go in and out, run quickly and finish the run for adrenaline. So it depends on how I feel and what I feel like doing at that point. Is either connecting with myself or seeing an improvement.
Okay, and then on the trails, is there any scary moments or weirdest things you've ever seen?
Oh, I was training for Dubai Trail. I was training at Vergenoeg in Harties. So I was on top of the mountain, at the top of the mountain, and on the there's a smaller pathway, and on the left is a cliff. Like you fall, like way down. You fall down if you fall. As I get to the top, it started raining, and it started being windy, and the wind is hitting me the direction towards the cliff.
Ooh.
I think by far that is the scariest moment of my trail running, because the wind is hitting me, it's raining, I can't see properly, and I look on my left, I will fall, and if I fall down there, it's gonna be the end of me. I just simply held on a rock
Serious?
for a little while, and then I got on my knees and I started crawling to my knees until I got to a spot where it's safer. And I was alone. Imagine.
Were you alone? Yeah.
I was alone. I was scared.
Were there others maybe ahead of you or behind you, or you were just alone?
I was training. There were people on the trail track, but I was training alone, and most people were doing the shorter distance, and I was doing the longer distance.
Ooh.
Scary. It was a scary moment. It was very scary.
And then, but you're still going there. You still do.
No, I can't live my life in fear. Life is short. Life is short.
Yeah.
Life is beautiful. Life is meant to be lived. You can't live it in fear because you'll be scared of the mountains and then you die from a bee biting you. You know, so
Oh, kunyeka buphuthu, and then
exactly,
that's the
exactly.
end.
Let you
That's
choke.
the,
You know? Yeah.
yeah. Yes. So on the comments, I have Cordelia Faguten asking, does he coach people who want an 8-pack from 6-pack to 8-pack?
Please tell Cordelia that no, I'm declining her. She's not coming to I'm not coaching her. Where do you get an 8-pack? No, but honestly, that's not on our Big Five program where we train beginner runners. There's also strength training. We don't do 8-pack, but there's definitely training that we do, strength training.
I get Cordelia, you had it yourself if you're still around. I see we have 9 people with us. Welcome to the live, guys. We have Sipho Marima tonight. He's an ultra marathon runner, a coach, and an author. So we are nearing to the end. I have a quick fire round. Morning or evening questions? I mean, runs. Morning or evening runs?
Definitely morning. I want to get it out of the way as soon as possible so I can get on with my day.
That's it. Race you'd love to do internationally?
Berlin Marathon.
Berlin Marathon. Okay. One song that gets you fired up before a big run?
MT songs called Amapata by MT.
Amapata by MT. And then what keeps you showing up on the hard days? I think you might have touched on this, but yeah.
What keeps me?
Showing up on the hard days.
I want my kids to be able to point at me and say, that's my dad, with a proud face.
Nice, nice, nice. How do you define your success in your running journey today?
Not successful yet, but just a guy who's trying to better himself every single day. The day where I think my running is successful, trust me, I'll tell you. For now, still a baby, still learning, so much potential, but just a guy who's just trying to better himself every day.
Okay, okay. And then I have last week I had a guest, Uprus Fordyce. I had asked him to leave you a question. He didn't know you are coming. I usually ask a question on the current guest to leave a question for the next person. So for you, he had asked, who's your favorite comedian and why?
My favorite comedian, oh, that's a tough one. My favorite comedian is definitely Trevor Noah. I've got a few. I mean, I love Trevor Noah, I love Kevin Hart, I love Dave Chappelle, I love DC Young Fly. But on this one, I'll go with Trevor Noah. The way he delivers comedy is beautiful. When he tells a story, you picture it in your head and you think you're there. You know, there was a special he did when he was talking about some guy was telling a story about how the plane was crashing. I felt like I was inside that plane. So I'll definitely go with Trevor Noah, and the reason is because he brings the story to life when he tells jokes.
Yeah, yes, I would go for that as well. And then, can you leave a question for our next guest next week? Any question that you can think
Question
of.
for next guest next week, I would ask. What do you do to connect with yourself?
What do you do to connect with yourself?
Connect with yourself.
Yeah.
I struggled with that for a very long time until I found what works for me. So I would like to know what do they do to connect with themselves.
That's a deep question, yeah. Okay. We've come to an end of the questions. Any last closing words? Because the other reason also I invited you is because I do have male audience. I have my siblings' kids. Some are boys, so I would like to also touch or bring someone who can speak to males or young boys, young men out there. So it's really an inspiration from my side as a woman. I do get inspired by what you do and your runs and your improvements and the brands you work with. It's so like trust you me, it's so inspiring. We do look draw inspiration for you from you, even including your content creation,
Thank
the
you.
way you talk to us and tell us ukuthi phuma lapho uke wagijima kodwa. So for a guy out there who would listen to you who just didn't think running can change their lives, what would you say to them and like guide them into
I think,
consider running?
firstly, thank you very much. I'm really humbled. I think I try, I do my best to create engaging content that people can laugh and enjoy. Because we all have tough days. Life can be tough,
Yes.
and I think we all deserve a little bit of laughter. I think my I think lately and where I'm at in life, I think it's find your happy place and stay there. Whether if your happy place is going to school and becoming a doctor, that's your happy place. Find it and stay there. If your happy place is being a lawyer, find it and stay there. And once you stay there, then perfect it. And you perfect it by doing it every day, repeatedly. you know but it's very important to find your happy place. What something that makes you happy, even if you don't get paid for it. Does it make you happy? Like, find it. For me, it was running. I found running makes me happy, and I do it repeatedly.
Mhm.
Secondly is take care of yourself. It's very important. No one is responsible for taking care of you unless you are a 2-year-old baby. um, but if you are a young man, a young woman, take care of yourself. Whether that means training, whether that means eating right, whether that means sleeping enough, but just take care of yourself. You are very important, and you're first important to yourself. So take care of yourself. But find your place, stay there, and take care of yourself.
Okay,
And
yes.
lastly, no one owes you anything. No one owes you anything. If you want something, you go get it. No one owes you anything. No one is coming to give it to you. If you want it, you work hard and you go get it. That's it.
Yeah, when you speak about working hard and going to get it, I'm reminded of also attempt ka Faith Keep Yogan.
That was beautiful. That was
Yes, I
beautiful.
wanted to find out what do you think about it? What were
Ah,
your
that was so beautiful to watch. I think the whole journey from when they were documenting it to that, and it's for me. Never mind the results. For me, never mind the
yes,
results. I'm not even worried about the results. The fact that she said, "I want that, and I'm going for it."
eh,
It changed so many things about how people think, how people see things. I looked at it and I said, she didn't get the time she wanted. But trust me, she got something much more bigger than that. There's so much satisfaction in knowing that you gave it your best. There's so much
mm,
satisfaction. As long as I always tell my kids that as long as you can, especially with their exams, I say, as
mhm,
long as you can put your hand on your heart and say, I gave it my best, then that's enough.
yeah,
And
yes,
if you gave it your best. And I feel like for Faith, that for me, that was the thing. She gave it absolutely everything. And that's the inspiring part of that whole thing. It was beautiful to watch. She said the 4 minutes is going to be broken, even if it's not by her. If you ask me, I still believe
mm,
she's gonna break it. Um,
I think so too.
I believe, and I feel like she's gonna break it and surprise us. Where we don't expect her to break it, she's just gonna break it. I still, I'll bet my money on her. Still,
Mm-hmm. And then another one on the side, Line South Africa on female runners. Do you think are we being pushed enough or trained enough or closer to be like kuma competing level. I know we have lots of female that are runners out there. So for now, Kusa Gerda Stein, and then I know of Nobuhle, Jeanette Mbele, or her name, but I think, or Entuli, but those ladies who are at the top 10, but others top 20 kuyale. Do you think are we pushing enough as women ukuthi we run and compete at that level, Labo Gerda?
I think we do. I think we have such a great pool of female athletes. Like we have such a great pool of female athletes. I mean, if you look at our ultra distance female runners, I mean, like you mentioned Gerda. I mean, show me another female athlete in the world who smashes 90 kilometers like Gerda. In the
Yeah.
world. Like in the world. I'm not talking South Africa. So, you know, and we do have a lot. And I think they are working hard, they're pushing hard. We must not forget that even the women in other countries are also working hard. So they're not
Yes.
sitting waiting for us to get better to compete with them. They're also our faith pure again. They're also working, you know. So the competition is becoming tighter and tighter every single day. But I do think we have a great pool of strong female pro, semi-pro, and social runners in our country. I don't think we should. I mean, from a competition point of view, people will want to compare them to other athletes from other country. Personally, I don't think we should compare them, or I don't compare them. I look at them as individuals. I look at them as what they're capable of doing, and I appreciate what they are doing. I mean, Kheda has won Comrades 4-5 times. She has won two Oceans 3-4 times. I mean, like I said, show me another athlete in the world who has done that in the ultra marathon distance. I mean, in ultra you do have Courtney. Courtney wins the miles a couple of times. So we can also ask other ladies from other countries who's going to compete with Courtney. So, but my point, my thing with our female athletes is that I think we have a strong pool of female athletes, and I don't think we should compare them against
And
other run. I think we should appreciate the effort they're putting in, and if the effort they're putting in gives them the certain, you know, level of time, then we appreciate that and we keep working. It's just the same thing as athletics, same thing as soccer, netball. You know, we do our best. Also, other people in other countries are preparing, so competition is always going to be tight. You know.
okay. And then we have Ukabelo. Any strength workouts that are a must for runners? Maybe 3.
I think for runner, I think if I were to choose 3, I'd say number 1, deadlift. Deadlifts, they work your glute, your hamstring, and your lower back. Definitely. Lunges as well. They work your quads. They work your glute. And I'd say something with the core. Something. Most people don't like burpees, but burpees are good. Burpees are good for the core, good for the upper body, and also they are a functional workout. So I'll choose those 3 if I were to choose 3 exercises.
Okay. Okay, I think we've come to an end unless there's a question that pops up. Otherwise, that's it. And thank you for your time. After a busy month, past 2 months, ne? With the training and the running, yesterday's run.
Yeah.
Any funny moments from yesterday? Or you were
Any,
just serious?
any funny moments from yesterday? What happened yesterday? Oh, there was one of the marshals. I think I was at 25Ks. One of the marshals. So it was a 25K, but we're still gonna come back to the same loop at 44. So we passed at 25K. The marshal, she saw me. She said, "You're looking good. You're looking so great." That was at 24. We ran. When we came back, same spot at 44. She said, "Hi, I'm not happy with how you look now." I said, I'm sorry, ma'am, but it was 24Ks there. Now it's 44. It's different. That was funny. I laughed when she said that.
No, that's funny. That's great, man. All the best for the rest of the year, and yeah, any upcoming events, go do them. We're vouching for you. We're rooting for you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me. Such an honor. I really feel privileged that you invited me. So thank you, and keep doing what you're doing. Keep inviting guests and sharing stories, because people love hearing stories, and then each other, and we keep inspiring each other. So thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And good night. Good night, guys, from the comments, from
Yes,
the
guys,
chat
thank you.
section. Sure.
It's them same lips you be kissing, yeah, this loving ain't anonymous. This is pure enjoyment, I'm sitting back and I'm pondering. Thank God for you, will always take what you offering. Never too much, never giving me less. On the days that you ain't got it, you always give it your best. Lady, you are mine, I say that shit with my chest. Reason that I love you, you always easing the stress. You my backbone and that's the reason I flex.